Akyanadmirandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Shakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tathalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Bhaktaya Namo Namo. So welcome everyone. This video is going to be about Black Lotus Tarot. So I'm gonna explain, I will try to explain what this deck is really about, and we'll see if we get a grip on it, because it's not a traditional classic tarot. It has many features. It's built in such a way that it would be like tool of self-transformation. So you can use all mystic arts to transform yourself. Wherever you are, whatever position in life you are, how you can move up internally and a little bit also externally. But most of it is internal development and how you can go higher and higher levels and spiritual understandings. So Black Lotus Tarot is composed of 78 cards. It is designed exactly the same way like classic tarot. All the classic as attribution are applied to it. So all the traditional tarot is part of it. So the first kind of level really is learning traditional tarot. So it's all in here. For example, the first card here is Nine of Cups. So this is about happiness. It's about joy and pleasures in life. So if you have a look at this card, it reflects that, but so many more things are coded on it. So instead of me explaining every single card like it is done traditionally, rather I will explain all the different systems that are coded in those cards. So you already know traditional tarot. You can pick up any book you like about traditional tarot and learn that and apply it on these cards. It's gonna work. But what is more coded on it and how you can really use it as a self-developing tool instead of only for divination or simple things like this. Divination is good to understand yourself, where you're standing. It's like a mirror effect, and then analyze and then move forward. Not so much for predicting what will come, because a lot of it comes based on your decisions and actions. So like opportunities might be there, yes. Will you take advantage of those opportunities? That is up to you. So very crucial point about divination, right? Many times people have a reading, they think, oh, all these good things will happen to me without me doing anything. But no, opportunities are there. Will you take action? That's another story. So let's get into this tarot. So the first layer, traditional tarot. Everyone should know it who will start studying this. So what is the traditional tarot? Traditional tarot is 78 cards. The number has many meanings. The best way to understand it is the tarot is like a universe, yeah, and number 12 is like a complete number. And in a zodiac there's 12 zodiac signs and the planets go around it, and our clock is designed such a way there's 12 hours and 24 hours. So it's like a universal number. So you have number 12. How is it linked to 78? It's very simple. You add all the numbers from 1 to 12 together and you get 78 cards, right? So now these 78 cards are divided 3 parts. Major arcana, that means big keys, that means the Asuri or Hebrew alphabet is on it, and it's used heavily for understanding Kabbalah. So are other cards, but like this is the key. Core is the major arcana. Arcana is translated as secret, so it's like big secrets are coded on those cards. Smaller secret, minor arcana, is coded on the smaller cards. So it's also relative which way in this deck it's both. So the third part, since there's three parts, major arcana, minor arcana, and the third part is court cards. There's 16 court cards, half male, half female, and they usually, in everyday divination, they indicate people or opportunities or situations like this. But ultimately, it's a combination, like understanding tarot. Those next thing would be 5 elements. So once you understand classic tarot, how it's divided, then next thing is understanding 5 elements. 5 elements are universal. Either you go to China, you go to India, you go to Middle East, America. 5 elements is like either it's Hermetic teachings or Vedic teachings. Always 5 elements is coming through regardless. So it is a universal knowledge. You can say it is a Vedic knowledge originally, because these are the oldest books that are speaking about it. So 5 elements will break down this tarot deck into 5 different parts, and there is major arcana would be space or akash, and would correspond to the sound. So space is created, and now the life can become in that, take place in that space. So then you have, from Vedic perspective, you will have air, next element, then fire, then water, then earth. And that's how everything have those 4 parts, and they are in a specific space. So as you have 5 elements, now you add the numbers to it, you have the value and the letters. So you can say tarot deck is symbolically like a universe, like a micro universe on your hand, and you can connect it to you, and therefore it reflects back what's going on in your life. So the more you work with it, the more you connect this deck to you, and the more it's going to reflect what's going on with you. It's like your own little, like a place where you can reflect about yourself. Yeah, that would be the best way to use it, instead of trying to predict the future, trying to be anxious. Is rather about develop the present, understand the present, become a better person in the present, and then you can take those opportunities in the future, because they will come sooner or later. So you have to be prepared for all that. You have to be ready for it, because if you're not, what is the use of opportunity, right? So now we got covered 2 levels. So we have first the 7-8 cards, then 3 parts, and then 5 elements. This is a fundamental understanding, and then the next level will be linking those 5 elements to different things that are going on in the material world, how we interact with the material world. So the first element, sound, akash, would be linked to ether. Ether is linked to sound, so sound affects us always non-stop. Yes. So these cards, they are major situations, and it's like it surrounds us. Space is always surrounding us, regardless you're in the doors, outside the doors. That's how it is. So space is all around us, and what's going on in that space. So next elements would be then fire or air, fire, water, earth. So air goes first for thinking, information. You can only think based on the information you have. Yes, you can draw something out internally, like from previous lives and things like this. This information, yes, there's a whole lot of it stored that you don't have direct link to it or communication to it. But in the long run, if you really need to know, you will know. But it's the most of the accumulation of information goes from external, right? So it's this external stimulus that comes through 5 senses, right? 5 senses means you absorb everything from the material world. So that's what the tarot is about. What are those 5 senses? That the air rules the mind. So all the ideas, all your mental ideas. Then the next one is fire. Fire would rule all the activities and passions. You can one way even you can say intellect is also behind it, because mind and intellect is different. So the driving force of fire would be really the intellect, and choosing what's good, what's not, and doing that. That's one way to see it. Then the next force is the cups, and cups is really the currency in tarot, right? Everyone wants the cups. What are the cups? Cups is happiness, pleasures, joy, all the things what you're yearning for really have, like the source is emotional, means these things will make you happy. Sometimes different things make people happy, so one's man's suffering can be another man's joy. So this is all regulated by the different gunas. From Vedic understanding, gunas is people in sattva gun, rajagun, tamagun, means goodness, passion, and ignorance. They like different things, especially when it comes down to food and environment. They are not taking pleasure in the same kind of intake, through senses. Like one is higher level, means more pure, more pretty, more pure. Purity really is the key. The pretty, everyone likes pretty. Demons also like the pretty things. They like to destroy it usually. Like that's their joy. That's the demonic mentality. So now we got those things covered. Emotions, so all the cups, from love to hate, to sadness, distress, desire, all these things. Especially emotional experience, while the sword is a more mental experience. So there can be a lot of anxiety in the mind, but can be happiness in the heart. But if the both is upside down, then it's a big problem. So two different things. Soul really is feeling, soul is the one who's feeling. That's why the whole tarot really ultimately breaks down to understanding the soul. This is the whole purpose of tarot. But now we're jumping a little bit, like this is the upcoming levels. Is really the whole point of tarot really is to understand that you are in this deck of cards and you have to get out of here. Meaning, if you don't want to repeat and live your life in this small universe, material universe that is usually full of distress, everything's temporarily. So therefore, you can choose a better place, basically. So let's come back to the final point. There's 5 elements, and then water rule emotions. Emotions are the currency. Everyone, that's what they want, right? They want to be happy in their own low understanding what is happiness. So now the last one is earth, and earth is everything what we deal with externally, right? Everything what we deal externally is considered to be earthly experience. So we got 5 elements. And tarot usually earth elements always indicating money, because then with the money you can get all the earthly things. But can you get something internal? It's more complex and sophisticated way to spend the money actually to gain something internal. Like education, for example, used to be like this. Now it's something else. So we got 5 elements covered. Now, basic understanding of tarot. Now, let's open. Actually, this video is already 13 minutes. So how about I'm making another video now, like this is the basic understanding of tarot. Now I'm going to make another one that will really explain what is the specialty of these decks, and we're going to go through the different systems. Okay, so then you can really understand why this deck, why is it different, and why can it help you more than other decks, and maybe it can even totally revolutionize your life. It can. It has that power. It just have to be into that occult, hidden kind of mystic niche to trigger it. You have to be on that frequency. There has to be some interest in it. At the same time, really everyone has some, like a spiritual link in this present day and age, because we're living in absolute chaotic times. So everyone have some interest of coming out, like questioning what the heck is going on. So that tarot will explain that as well. So it's not only about developing yourself, but also it explains what the heck is going on in this world. So it is reflection from our present day society at the same time. Okay. All right, so see you in the next video. Jai Radha, Haribo.